Hey everyone, so we're doing another hangout here. I'm joined by Trey Hensley. You probably know Trey from his duo. He plays with Rob Ickes. I think about 6 months ago they put out their album World Full of Blues. It had Vince Gill on it. It had Taj Mahal on it. Also, I think it was 6 months ago. Hopefully that's incorrect. So we're going to talk to Trey today and see what's going on. Hey Trey, how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Oh, it's good, dude. I'm just hanging out. I'm drinking my Minute Maid watermelon punch.
Great. Drinking my water from what looks like a moonshine jar.
That's moonshine. You don't have to lie to me.
It is, yeah. It's just half a jar of moonshine I like to sip on through the day.
How did your yard work go?
It went great. I'm like the worst at doing anything. So my first time mowing last week, I bit my lawnmower blade and spent the past couple of days putting up a swing set for my daughter. That took like 20 hours or something like that. So
I think I actually saw that on your Instagram story because I stalk you. I follow everything you do and I just consume all that content.
You flew a drone over yesterday. I saw
it. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. It was, like I say, I'm really bad at that kind of thing. So it definitely took a lot of time.
This is a great start to the interview. Let's talk about building swing sets.
Yeah. I want to start a home improvement channel now.
What have you been doing with your time? I've seen some of your live streams.
Yeah, I've been trying to do like a, Thursday night live stream show. It just kind of started. I used to do them, from my hotel room every now and then, just like in the middle of the day. And so I'd have 3 people watching that weren't working. But I try to still do them, Thursday nights and probably do one. It's kind of like an all request thing, I just put a thing up on my Facebook a couple days before and then, just do whatever. If I get my phone to work correctly, then I can read the comments as it's going down. And we'll do requests like that. But yeah, I've been doing that and just a lot of video songwriting. Been doing a lot of co-writing with people.
Well, tell me about this songwriting though. So for the people who haven't listened to your album yet, who should go listen to it. There's a tune that has rainbow in the title. End of my rainbow, end of your rainbow. Yeah. Isn't that one of your tunes?
It is. Yeah, it is. Actually, all except for 2 songs on that record we co-wrote. Like 6 of the songs. Rob wrote a couple, but that one was one that I wrote as the plane was landing. I kind of had it all done, within a few minutes. And when we got to our hotel, I recorded it really quick. And we were playing it on stage a couple nights after that. So over these United States, and I seldom make new friends along the way. Never staying long enough to say hello. Just chasing both ends of my rainbow. We were actually supposed to be in Woodstock, New York this week recording our next record, but obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah, dude, Skype is tough for that stuff, man. You like can't play at the same time. There's it's hard to just be communicative musically like that. So
the first one that I did was with Rob and our producer. We just couldn't get the video to work at all, and so we had to do it on just by a phone call, a conference call. And the worst thing about me when I songwrite is that I just pretty much like to throw out the most horrible things or the most random things that I find funny that, and I don't think our producer really gets it that much.
Totally.
Like 2 minutes of silence afterwards and I feel like a horrible person for the rest of the day.
That's good. I like that. Everyone's like, Trey just can't take this seriously.
Yeah. There's very few things I can take seriously.
I do that too when I write songs. So I actually think it's kind of therapeutic when you're writing a song to throw out a bunch of stupid choices or to sing silly made up words over the song.
Yeah, it gets it out, man. It gets it out of your head and kind of makes way for because my brain just immediately goes to the worst thing possible. And so to get that out, I just have to say it.
It's also, it's good though too, because it makes you take it less seriously.
It does, yeah. It breaks the ice pretty quick.
I hate working with a songwriter trying to write a song when they treat it really seriously and they only want to hear good choices, because it turns into just sitting in a room quietly while you both think of a clever line.
Yeah, I don't like to put a lot of pressure on the song, it's the chances of us writing Let It Be is pretty minimal. So, just like to take it for what it is. And, and I've been writing basically just about every day. I'll, work on something. And co-writing's been great. I mean, it's something that took me a while to get into. I kind of did that where I was just awkward, and took it way too seriously. And once I got over that, and then sometimes we write with our producer pretty often, and it's just kind of intimidating, because he's got a lot of big awards on the wall from stuff he's
right.
And here I am throwing out idiotic lines. So.
I've just been sitting here transcribing Tony Rice.
That's a good thing. That'll keep you busy.
It's just what I get paid to do, Trey. If I got paid to do something else, I'd do that.
Hey, man, that's a good thing to get paid to do. Listen to Tony all day. Find somebody to pay me to listen to Tony Rice. That'll be...
It's not fun, man. You have to listen to it at like 50% speed, and you have to write it all down, and it kind of sucks all the life out of it.
Yeah, that's where you lost me. I can't write anything down. I have to limit my Tony intake, or I start to play.
You become Tony.
You do, man. It is a total identity thing, especially. And it just seems like a lot of when you go to bluegrass festivals and stuff, you just hear all those licks all the time, and they're great. I mean, Tony's the best, but I have to not do that. It's pretty bad whenever Tony's playing before we go on stage, if that's the house music before we go out, because it just gets in my head. Like the worst is they used to do that at the Station Inn. They would play the Me and My Guitar record. It's like, crap, don't do that. I'm gonna be in Tony mode all night. I'm not gonna get out of it.
That's right. We've seen you open a break with that lick too before. Or whatever.
Oh man, that's the best. I love that stuff, but it gets in my brain.
The best thing about the song Me and My Guitar, not even talking about the whole record and all the weird saxophone stuff that's on the record, but in the song Me and My Guitar, he does this lick where it's got like that train sound. And it's like the most underused Tony Rice. Like, I don't even know if that's how he actually does it. That's just how I figured it out. It's such a cool sound.
I love that, man. I don't know how he does it either. I always played it.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's right or not. But yeah, that is so. I mean, everybody does the, or that is the. I love that. That's a great thing ever.
There's lots of cool ones that people don't use. I mean, despite the Tony Rice language kind of being overused, that idea over a D chord is super hip too.
Yeah, I always liked the octave stuff that he would do on some of that, or just the chords, like, and I don't know the chords, but just some of that stuff that he would, beat, you just kind of hear that all the time, but you don't hear a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah, you don't hear enough people playing the weird ones. I'm trying to think of one. My buddy Mickey Abraham, he played it in an interview, and I can't remember how it goes now. But it's something where he does like the same line down an octave.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's a sixth. Yeah, that's a cool lick.
Yeah, that is a cool one, man. Tony Rice plays and sings and plays bluegrass. He does a lot of interesting stuff on there, to get out of the standard, to get out of the Manzanita licks. Totally. Because I love all that stuff. It's going to sound like I'm slamming it, but I
have a Spotify playlist. I don't know if it's public or not. If it's public, people are going to find it now. But it's called Bluegrass Music with 80s Drums. And and it's got like, it's got Newgrass Revival and like the Bela Fleck solo stuff, but it's also got some Tony Rice songs because he actually did that. Yeah.
And the Kenny G sax stuff, and it's great, but it's weird all at the same time.
How about that shirt, man? Charlie Parker.
Listened to a lot of Charlie Parker stuff. I bought that. It's like the complete Charlie Parker. It's a little tedious to get through, but just because there's 7 takes of Donna Lee and all kinds of stuff. But it's great, man. It's got all the Charlie Parker and Miles, and of course all the Dizzy Gillespie stuff. Have you gone to the Jazz Museum in Kansas City by chance?
No.
Because they have the Massey Hall sax there, which is really cool. It's like this plastic thing that he literally picked up the morning of the show, and it sounds so great. I mean, I love that record just because his horn doesn't squeak. Like on some of those recordings, you can just hear it squeaking, and I've heard that he, just used to just sell his sax. There's like nothing else in that museum. It's very, very barren. And when we were there, we had to, we didn't have to, but I was like dead set that we had to go see where Charlie Parker was buried. And it took forever, man. It took,
really?
There was nothing there. And it was so weird. Like I looked it up on my phone, and I bet we spent half the day trying to find this graveyard. And it's right beside like this adult bookstore. And just this really rundown looking graveyard. We go in there, and Rob and I park, and there was this guy just kind of going around, and he said, "You looking for Bird?" And we said, "Yeah." And he just showed us. I mean, they've got it, set up really nice for a grave.
That's strange.
Yeah, it's very, very strange that it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it. I guess bluegrass and jazz are kind of the same. I mean, although Jimmy Martin's grave is that's the best. I don't know how to put that. That's not a good. It didn't take a good turn.
We're gonna start talking about the goat now.
Bet Charlie Parker never punched a goat.
I bet Charlie Parker didn't even have a goat named Vernon.
I bet he didn't even have a goat. Yeah.
That's tough, right?
Yeah.
That's yeah. You don't really get a chance to play those tunes if you learn them, right? None of the bluegrass guys play them.
I know you don't get that. And Rob and I worked up Donna Lee, and we used to play that one just backstage. It's very, and then my knowledge of chords is pretty limited, and so that's one of those things I want to work on.
You know 3 chords.
I know, that's right. If it's not G with the fretted second string, then I don't know it, man.
You can just leave these fingers down too. You can make all kinds of other chords.
That's right. D sounds a little weird, but
Donna Lee is tough too. I'm not sure I ever actually learned the head of Donna Lee. I've transcribed it. I feel like I've transcribed it multiple times, but I've never memorized it.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I know it's and it's just weird, playing in playing a G sharp.
Yeah, right.
That's not right. I don't know how to play it either. Forget it, man.
The best part is now that you played it, I have to transcribe it for the interview.
Right. Yeah, I love the what's the second part though? Man, if you can transcribe it, send it to me. I need to learn it. There we go. Whatever it is.
Yeah, why don't they just play the right notes?
I know, man. Just going all around it.
So now that we've done, things that Trey can almost play, maybe we should.
Now we're going to things that Trey can't play, but will attempt.
Well, we should do some kind of lick share. I've been doing these interviews, and everyone's been sharing licks with me, so I feel like it's got to become a segment now.
One of the things I work on with just kind of warming up is a lick I use a bunch, which is I use that quite a bit. So it's just, yeah, basically. But I do it with an open.
Okay. You got down somehow. play the repeating pattern. Play it slowly for me, because I'm totally missing it.
So
right. And every single time you're playing your open D and G.
Yeah, I'm just playing like doing the fretted fifth and fretted third, and then playing open D.
I feel like I'm still missing something, but I'll figure it out. That's a good phrase. So talking about the components of that, right? For the people that are watching at home, these shapes that Trey is using, actually call these Big Dipper shapes. And the reason why I call them is because they look like the Big Dipper constellation. So this shape, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, you get a handle and you get like a scoop. It's like a spoon if you imagine how it looks on the fretboard. Can you visualize that, Trey? Are you seeing my visualization?
I'm staring at the galaxy right now.
So every single time he moves up, he's using the exact same shape. I'm giving away your secrets. And then when you add the slide in, it's a really cool line. It makes a lot of sense, and it's like super hip. Also, that's not the way that I play it at all. But I use that same line, but I will play like, right? I would phrase it differently, but I would use the same technique to get up the neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I kind of play just around that stuff. I think I started doing it with electric guitar. Especially like playing in A position. Just kind of staying around those positions,
Is that the line that you just played up there?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Use a lot.
Yeah. I just wouldn't put that stuff together, and I hear it so often in your playing. Yeah, jokes that aren't going to make it into the video. Yeah.
Yes, the video's going to be 2 minutes long, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Totally off the record, but
we have a bunch of unusable footage, which I love.
And like I opened the door, and I'm pretty sure I hit Sam Bush like directly in the face.
All right, we gotta take a hard turn at some point. We got to talk about something else usable.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. You all stocked up on toilet paper?
Yeah, man. We're much as we can be. much as any person can be stocked up on toilet paper. We're stocked up.
That has nothing to do with the current situation. That's just a question I always ask people.
The way I am, man. I've got a whole basement full of it. Everybody should be staying home. It's just, it's funny. Here in Hendersonville, we've been home for a while now. We've been just doing our thing. But I see people, there's like all kinds of people going up and down the road. I don't know where they're going, but people need to stay home.
Yeah.
It's my soapbox moment.
Stay home, build a swing set.
Spend 20 hours cussing every other word and build a swing set.
Well, cool, Trey. It's been great having you.
Yeah.
I think we got to call it, because otherwise we're gonna. My computer's going to start slowing down. I'm going to have so much footage.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much, and we'll do this again.
But by the way, if any of you want to find Trey stuff, you know where to look. robandtrey.com is also the website for his duo stuff. There's some transcriptions of Trey's work on my website, lessonswithmarcel.com as well. You should also check out the other interview that I did with Trey. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys later.